Another law, law of acceptance, which is number 12, higher order of the Empress, number 3. Now to me, love, which is the Empress, is acceptance and forgiveness. So here we got just straight acceptance. It is one of the things that I have found that is so prevalent, to accept, 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 accept. And what I discovered was, until you accept something in its entirety, not 99%, in its entirety, you are not free to make a decision about it. How many of us here have been in relationships that we think we should leave and we never do? And we know it's not good, it's not healthy, but we don't, do we? Because we haven't accepted in 100% that this is the way it's really going to be forever. We always hope something will change. And it happens in very work or places we live. It's always hoping that it's going to be different. This comes along and says, accept it as it is. Hanging upside down isn't fun, believe me. It's apparently good for you. Good for your back. Drives all the blood to your head. Maybe that's good too. I don't know. But what I love about this symbol is that his legs form a cross, his arms form a cross, he's got a nimbus around his head, meaning the spiritual energy is active, and he's smiling. Oh, here I am, hanging up down. You know, I've also got, I wrote a story on this journey, which I've actually recorded onto a CD. And I do have those, so if you really want to go home and listen to this as the story of each step, it's on a CD, and I have them available for sale here. But it's, yeah, I usually just give them to my students, but I thought, oh, I'll make some and bring them. I took great delight in making the cover for it too, because I put every symbol on it. But this is just straight acceptance. There's no ifs, there's no buts, but maybes. It's just accept, 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 accept. Okay?
A nimbus? Yes. You said a nimbus is on...
The nimbus, the hair around the head, they call it the nimbus.
Oh, it's like
it's like a spirit, yeah, it's like the spirit's
halo? Like a halo?
Yeah, it's like your aura showing up. Instead of being everywhere, they show it around the head, because in some ways the head works the most effectively. Death. The death symbol really, as far as I'm concerned, is rebirth. But we must remember that this was created in 1910. What did they know about rebirth? And I often say to people, they go, oh, death. Well, how many, we're mostly old enough here. We've all had death experiences without physically dying, right? We've had something go, something leave. So what happens when we've gone through what we've gone through in the last few symbols? We've gone through the Wheel of Fortune, the law of action. We've gone through justice, the law of cause and effect, understanding that. We've gone through the law of acceptance. So here you've got a skeleton because you're reduced to the bare bones of you, the basics of your philosophy. You've had all the fat taken off. You've had anything that doesn't work exposed. You're down to the bare bones of you. Now you've got your armor on still. Trotting along here. You're on your white horse. You've got your white flag, and at this moment I can't remember what that means, but it's in the books. And then, in front of you, you've got your prelate, you've got your maiden, you've got the child bowing down to your ascension. And the king is gone, the material crown. There's a lot of symbolism in the last 7 you'll see about the crown, the material crown. We hold on to our materialism. We hold on to this. I want this, I want this, I want that, I want the other. Sure we do. There's nothing wrong with wanting it. It's holding on to it. So, you know, I have lots of things in my house, and I said, you know, and I love them, but I can live without them. I just prefer not to. In fact, and the river of life, and if you look, it's like everything's moving out, and in the background, this one is one where the background is important. Across the river of life, on top of the cliffs, are 2 pillars. Now these 2 pillars are going to come up again. And so he's got a ways to go, which makes sense. He's only number 13, right, of 22. So he's not there yet. But it's in sight. He's done he hasn't really crossed the river yet. Or maybe he has. Maybe he has crossed the river. But he's been through a battle. But not really, because the towers are on the outside of the river. So he's still got a ways to go. So this is rebirth. Out of old conditions into new. This is not always the easiest time period, but believe me, it's rewarding because you know it's going to get better. It's like, and I like to see this in people's readings, even they go, oh, death, oh, yeah. But hey, I'm a reincarnationist, so, you know.
What does the ship represent?